Hi, this is Dr. A, and in this medical terminology video on body organization, we're going to look at all the different organ systems in the body. So let's start with the integumentary system. It's a fancy word to say the skin and all its associated organs. So the integumentary system forms a two-way barrier, so it keeps the inside in and the outside out, right? And it aids in temperature regulation through sweating. And the organs of the integumentary system include the skin, the hair, the nails, the sweat glands, and the sebaceous glands. So the sweat glands produce sweat. Sebaceous glands produce the oil that makes your skin supple and soft. And the specialty that studies the skin is dermatology. Next is the musculoskeletal system. So that's muscular plus skeletal put together in one word. So it supports and protects the body. It forms blood cells and stores minerals, and it produces movement. The organs include the bones, the joints, and the muscles. And the specialty here is orthopedics. And ortho means straight and pedo means child, so like straight child. And so that comes out of the practice of medicine to, set broken bones in children and stuff, so that when they grow up, their bones are straight and not crooked. Because if a bone is not set straight, then you might have a crooked leg or a crooked arm. The next system is cardiovascular. And the cardiovascular system pumps blood to transport nutrients, oxygen, and waste throughout the body. The organs include the heart and then the arteries and the veins. So the arteries lead away from the heart and the veins lead back to the heart. And the specialty for the cardiovascular system is cardiology. Next is blood. So blood transports oxygen, it protects against pathogens, and it controls bleeding. The blood includes plasma, erythrocytes, leukocytes, and platelets. And I know it's really weird to think about blood as an organ system, but just think of it as a liquid organ. So not all organs have to be solid, like we're thinking like the liver. And so blood is an organ, and its specialty is hematology. The next organ system is the lymphatic system. It also, with the blood, helps to protect the body from disease and invasion by pathogens. But the organs of the lymphatic system include the lymph nodes, the lymphatic vessels, the spleen, the thymus gland, and the tonsils. And the specialty is immunology. The next one is the respiratory system. It brings oxygen into the body and then takes carbon dioxide out of the body. The organs that it uses to do that are the nasal cavity, the pharynx, the larynx, the trachea, the bronchial tubes, and the lungs with the alveoli. And the specialty is pulmonology. Next is our gastrointestinal system. It ingests, digests, and absorbs nutrients. The organs include the oral cavity, so the mouth basically, with the salivary glands that produces saliva, starts the digestion. The pharynx, so it's your throat where you swallow the food, and then it goes down to the esophagus, which conducts it down to the stomach, which is then linked to the small intestine, which leads into the colon. The liver, gallbladder, and pancreas are also part of the gastrointestinal system. Even though the food doesn't actually travel through those organs do contribute secretions into the GI system that allow digestion to happen, and they're essential. And the specialty is gastroenterology. The next organ system is the urinary system. It filters waste from blood, and it removes the waste from the body. The organs include the kidneys, the ureters, which lead from the kidneys down to the bladder, then the urinary bladder, and then the urethra, which leads from the bladder to the outside. The specialties are nephrology for the study of the kidneys and urology for the bladder, but also the ureters and the urethra. The next organ system is the female reproductive system. It produces the eggs, and it provides an environment for the growing baby if the egg is fertilized. And also it nourishes the infant after birth through lactation or breastfeeding. The organs include the ovaries, the fallopian tubes, the uterus, the vagina, the vulva, and the breast. And the specialty is gynecology, but also obstetrics if we're referring to, the pregnancy and childbirth, etc. The next organ system is the male reproductive system. It produces sperm, and organs include the testes, the epididymis, the vas deferens, the penis, the seminal vesicles, the prostate gland, and the bulbourethral glands. And the specialty is urology, so that is tied into with the urinary system. And then the next one now is the endocrine system. So endocrine helps to regulate metabolic activity. It does work along with the nervous system, which we'll cover in just a second. And it has many glands that are scattered all over the place. And they include the pituitary, the pineal, which are more centrally located, the thyroid and parathyroid that are at the neck level, the thymus, which is below the breastbone, the adrenals, which sit on top of the kidneys, the pancreas, which is right below the stomach, and then ovaries or testes, depending if you're male or female, or female or male. And the specialty for the endocrine system is endocrinology. And then the next one that is tied with endocrinology, the endocrine system, is the nervous system. It receives sensory information from the body and then coordinates the response to that information. And it works with the endocrine system to control the body. The organs include the brain, the spinal cord, and all the nerves. And the specialty is neurology. And then we have the special senses, which, interface, of course, with the nervous system. And for the eyes, they provide for vision. The organs include the eyes, and the specialty is ophthalmology. The next one is the ears. The ears are responsible for hearing and for balance. And organs include the ears, and the specialty is otorhinolaryngology. And this is a fancy med term to say otto, ear, rhino, nose, laryngo, throat. So it's an ear, nose, throat, or an ENT. So a lot of people refer to the specialist as an ENT. So let's go over all the medical specialties one after the other. So for integumentary system, we have dermatology. For the musculoskeletal system, we have orthopedics and also orthopedic surgery. For the endocrine system, we had endocrinology. For the cardiovascular system, we had cardiology. For the blood, we have hematology. For the lymphatic system, we have immunology. For the respiratory system, we have otorhinolaryngology, pulmonology, and also thoracic surgery. For the digestive system, we have gastroenterology, but also proctology. For the urinary system, we have urology. For the female reproductive system, we have gynecology, but also obstetrics. For the male reproductive system, we have urology, so it's the same specialist as for the urinary system. And in the urinary system, there's also nephrology. It is not even listed up there for the study of kidneys. And for the nervous system is neurology and neurosurgery. The eye is ophthalmology, and the ear is otorhinolaryngology. All right, so let's go over all the combining forms that are pertinent to body organization. Some of these words we haven't encountered yet, but we're going to look at pretty soon in the next video. So the combining forms and then the definition, we're going to go through them. So abdomino is abdomen. Adipo is fat, aero is air, antero is front, brachio is arm, bucco is cheek, cardio is heart, and caudo is tail. Cephalo is head, cervico is neck, chondro is cartilage, cranio is skull, crino is to secrete, think endocrine, cruro is leg, cyto is cell, dermo and dermato are skin. Disto is away from, think distant. Dorso is back. Enero is small intestine. Epithelio is epithelium. Gastro is stomach. Gluteo is buttock. Gyneco is woman or female. And halo is to breathe. Hemato is blood. Histo is tissue. Immuno is protection. Infero is below. Inguino is groin. Laryngo is larynx. Latero is side, linguo is tongue, and lumbo is lumbar, as we refer to as loin or low back. Lympho is lymph, Medio is middle. Muscular is muscle. Nephro is kidney. Neuro is nerve. Ophthalmo is eye. Ortho is straight or upright. And oro is mouth. Otto is ear. Parieto is cavity wall. It's a cavity wall. So like think of the wall inside the cavity of your chest cavity, right? Pedo is foot. Pelvo is pelvis. Peritoneo is peritoneum. Pleuro is pleura. Posterior is back. And procto is rectum and anus together. Proximo is near to. Pubo is the genital region. Pulmono is lung. Rhino is nose. Spino is spine. Supero is above. And theco is sheath or meninges. And thoraco is chest. Topico is a specific area. Uro or urino is urine. Vasculo is blood vessel. Veno is vein. Ventro is belly. Vertebro is vertebra. And visceral is internal organ. That wraps up all combining forms, and I will see you in the next video.